So you've just watched the Devil May Cry anime and now you want to know how to get into the games. Well, as someone who owns all of them and has beaten them, let me tell you how to get into the games. Now, starting off, we're going to pick up Devil May Cry 3. Reason being is that this game revolutionized the DMC combat system by adding in styles, weapon switching, and Devil Trigger that changes the appearance of it depending on the weapon that you use. So this is kind of the game that you'll want to pick up to start off the series and mostly learn about Dante and Virgil as a character. One quick thing that you do need to know though is that depending on the version of DMC3 you play, it will change drastically. Most console versions only have the HD collection, while the version on the Switch lets you swap between styles and swap between all the weapons in the game at once. So yeah, take that as you will, find out which version of the game that you want to play, and yeah. Now moving on to DMC4. DMC4 modernizes the story and brings out a new character, Nero. Nero will be the main character of the game for the most part, right? For the first half of the game, you'll be playing as Nero, and for those who miss Dante, don't worry, the second half of the game, you will be playing as Dante. A special thing to note about DMC4, in the entirety of the Devil May Cry franchise, this is the only game that has Dante, Nero, Lady, Trish, and Virgil as playable characters. The problem about that, though, is that this game was specifically engineered around Nero. So there will be times where the bosses will look exhausted or look tired, where Dante and the other characters can only do damage on those times, but Nero has a special action with a Devil Bringer that will do a special move against those bosses. Now moving on to the current and best game in the series, in my opinion, Devil May Cry 5. DMC5 sets up the conclusion of the Son of Sparta saga, so we won't be seeing Dante or Virgil's character moving forward in the games aside from DLC, and it sets up Nero's character for the future of the DMC series. Now, something cool that DMC5 did is that it gave us a new combat system with a character called V. V uses a puppeteer type of combat system where you move around while your shadows fight for you. So you have a shadow called Shadow, which is your panther, that will fight the demons head on, Griffin, who will fight them at a range, and Nightmare, who will come out during your Devil Trigger to drop in as a meteor and shoot out lasers. Now, where does this put DMC 1 and 2? Now, personally, while I do encourage people to play DMC 1 and 2, I understand why you wouldn't. Those games are old, they're fossils, and they don't even have weapon switching or styles to begin with. So, I understand if you don't want to play the game. Now, for DMC Devil May Cry, I'm just going to tell you, good gameplay, bad story. Take that as you will. That's really about it. So, yeah.